Oxnard, California, a city of beaches, fertile fields, and the American dream. Its official history is one of entrepreneurial vision. The Oxnard brothers and their sugar beet empire in 1898. But what if the story is a lie? What if the foundations of the city was not built on sugar, but on blood? This is the story of the Battle of Chiques, a war erased from every textbook, a conquest hidden in the plain sight of the very soil where Oxnard now stands.
The Battle of Chiques, the forgotten conquest behind Oxnard's birth. A clash of empires where history was forged in fire.
For thousands of years, the Chumash people thrived along this coast between Malibu and Ventura. They built villages, traded by sea, and lived in harmony with the richest soil in Southern California. By the 1890s, most had been pushed to the margins, but not all.
I am War Chief Itzcoatl Obsidian of Chiques. None shall defy me.
Serpent flower awaken. Fly, guardian of the skies, and reveal the omens. The ancient powers stir, the balance returns.
I am Cuatli, the swift eagle. We ride to victory. The river shadows hide nothing from me. Nadie me detiene. Ven por mí si te atreves. El fiero no cae.
In the lush eastern reaches of what maps called Rancho Colonia, near the Santa Clara River, stood Pueblo Chiques, home of the Chicanos, a people who refused to vanish. The Mexican-American War was long over. California had been a state for nearly half a century, yet in the corridors of power, voices still whispered the old creed.
The land must be made useful. For the sugar beet fields and the new city that would rise on the Oxnard plain, one obstacle remained, Pueblo Chiques.
Into this powder keg rode the infamous General Gringo, a man whose real name has been scrubbed from the records. A veteran of frontier campaigns, he was given one order: secure the plain for development by any means necessary. His first objective: establish a foothold inside Pueblo Chiques itself. In the eastern quarter of Pueblo Chiques, where the land rose slightly above the river plain, General Gringo established his first camp. He named it Colony Chiques, a cruel irony. The Chicanos fought with everything they had: knowledge of every trail, hidden traps, and a ferocity born of defending their last home. When the smoke cleared, Gringo had paid a terrible price. 1/3 of his platoon lay dead or dying. But he held the ground. Colony Chiques was his. With the toehold secured but his force decimated, Gringo did what no honorable commander would. He turned Colony Chiques into a den of temptation. Whiskey flowed freely. Opium and other vices were made available. Bounties were posted for Chicano scalps or captives. Young men, drifters, failed gold seekers, veterans, and the desperate from Los Angeles and beyond were lured with the promise of easy money, land grants, captured women, and the raw power of conquest. Thousands answered the call. Gringo was no longer leading soldiers. He was building an army of the damned. With thousands at his command, Gringo launched his final campaign. The Chicanos resisted to the last, warriors and families fighting side by side, but numbers, modern rifles, and total war prevailed. Pueblo Chiques was burned. Its people were killed, captured, or driven into the hills of Santa Paula and Bakersfield or beyond. In the official reports, it simply ceased to exist. The land was now pacified and ready for progress. With the Chicanos gone, the fertile plain was open. In 1898, the Oxnard brothers built their massive sugar beet factory on what had once been Rancho Colonia land. The town that grew around it took their name. By 1903, Oxnard was incorporated. The smokestacks rose where the pueblo had stood. The official story was written, a triumph of American industry. The Battle of Chiques was never mentioned.
They say the Chicanos disappeared. That's not quite right. We just stopped appearing in the version of the story that gets taught in schools. The land still knows who walked on it first.
Official histories love a clean story. They built a sugar factory and a nice town appeared. What they leave out is that sometimes the town appeared after someone made sure the previous residents didn't.
Today, Oxnard is a thriving city of beaches, farms, and families. But the soil remembers. The Chicanos are gone from the history books, yet their story refuses to die. It lives in the wind over the Santa Clara River, in the oral traditions of descendants, and in the uncomfortable truth that much of what we call progress was built on conquest. This is not the story that they taught us in school. This is the Battle of Chiques, and now it has been remembered.